Hey everyone, J-Ro here, back with another Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis video, and today I'm bringing you my stage level 250 clear for the battle ranking against Gallonbaloir. Alright, so before we get into it, if you could please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. Alright, so for this portion of the battle ranking, we're fighting our old friend Stamp. He is weak to fire. You want to bring circle, triangle, and X sigil, but with this strategy that I'm going to be doing here, you're probably not going to need sigils if you're able to pull it off. Alright, so first things first, let's find out how we are affected in battle for this stage level 250. So enemy HP is up, the enemy's physical and magic attack is up, the physical attack debuff resistance is 100%. The duration to other ailments are 300%, so any debuffs we place on him is reduced dramatically on time. Then the magic C ability cost, so we definitely cannot use magic based abilities because they're an additional 2 ATB. Then we got physical defense buff when the battle begins, which is going to be a -3, so that means we're going to have a tier 3 down of physical and magic defense. Then also sigils destroyed with C abilities are -3, so we got to have the ATB boost, the sigil boost on there, but like I said, we're going to try to do this without having to break the sigils. And then ally command gauge field rate is 90% negative, and drain is 200%, so it feels slower and it reduces even quicker. Nice. Okay, so to achieve this task, we're going to be using Kate, Sif, Yuffie, and Glenn. Shout out to my friend and guildmate G Free. He's the one that put me on this strategy. I've been really busy lately, so I haven't had a lot of time to spend on battle ranking, but he told me to try out this strategy. This is what I came up with. I've modified it a little bit, so this is my modified team and version to it. So let's go ahead and jump in. As always, first let's start off with the high win. So here is the stats. Here are the abilities. And since we're already sitting here on Yuffie, let's look at roll stream. She has 7 nodes unlocked, and fire potency is not one of them. All right, next up we got Kate Sif. He has maximum roll stream, and we have Glenn, who is missing 9 of his roll stream, but he does have that lightning resistance built in, which is good because he is our tank here. All right, and for those that do not know, Gallonbaloir does lightning based abilities. Okay, all right, so let's start off going into our support, Kate Sif. We have him running his Cool Cat's jacket for reprieve and Cool Cat's hat. In the main hand, we have the Cool Cat's megaphone, giving us our enfeeble and physical attack up mid maximum high, also providing our ability of physical attack all allies. Next up, we have the gold megaphone. This will do fire resist down on the enemy, and also if a critical is hit, it will reduce the magic attack to high as well. All right, and providing Kate with the R abilities of physical attack and fire potency. Next up, we have the HP shout for his ultimate weapon, giving us 2 casts of haste and giving him the R abilities of buff debuff extension and interruption ATB boost. Next up, looking at his sub equips, we have him running the Rocket Lance for attack all allies, buff debuff extension. Great Sword of the Worthy for attack all allies, physical defense. And 4-point Shuriken for HP, buff debuff extension. Alright, looking at his materia, we do have him with a circle sigil in the 3rd slot that's boosted, but it's therefore magic defense stat stick. Then we have what is the important materia on him is the bio. Stamp is weak to being poisoned, so we are going to use this one magic ability. Since we're here at this, I'll say it now. It's a 5 ATB cast, but you want to do this as the first move of the battle. If you do not get this move off on the first move, the poison doesn't stick, just go ahead, restart it. It only costs you 1 stamina. and you'll regenerate that during the course of the time you're trying to defeat the boss. But you do want that poison to stick in the beginning, okay? All right, and then I just have a cure on him. That's a physical defense stat stick. Then also I am running his toy box to lower physical magical defense. All right. So looking at his R abilities, they are boost HP level 3, physical attack level 3, physical defense level 3, fire potency level 3, lightning potency level 5, buff debuff extension level 7. And his stats come out to be HP 17.3k, physical attack is 11.3k, physical defense is 226, magic defense is 142. Alright, now let's go ahead and hop over to our tank. We have our new Glenn tank here. This is my first time getting a chance to really use him. So let's go ahead and jump into how I have him built here. We have that pirate captain with reprieve and pirate's pauldron. Next up, we have his Pirate's Glaive at OB8. This will give him provoke and also his veil of 8%. Also applying HP gain to all the allies. For those that do not remember, HP gain allows you to heal, allows each character to heal whenever they perform a move with their ATB. Okay? This provides Glenn with our abilities of physical defense and magic defense. Then in the second hand, the other weapon that I haven't really got a chance to use, the Glenn's Blade of Ruin. This weapon will provide provoke, but also it increases the command gauge by 20%. So this is very pivotal because, as we remember, the command gauge feels 90% less than it would normally. All right. This will provide Glenn with physical attack and ice potency, but those are not needed here. All right, next up, I am using the Ogre Killer, his ultimate weapon. Like I said, these are things that I haven't had a chance to really get a chance to use, so I'm pretty psyched to get in here and use Glenn as a tank. Because Ogre Killer move, the finishing blow, provides provoke, physical, and magical resistance of 50% and a regen on him. And it also provides the R abilities of physical defense and also the defense boost R ability, which will start him with a 3-tier physical and magical defense up. All right. Or in this case, nullify the physical and magical defense down that we end up taking from the stage level boost. Okay. All right, so looking at his sub equips, we are looking at the Gargantuan Monolith for HP magic defense. We have the Duraplades for physical attack all allies, buff debuff extension. And we have the Bahamut Greatsword for physical attack all allies, physical ability potency. All right, looking at materia, in the third materia slot, we do have a boosted X Sigil break, just in case we need it. It's a HP and magic defense stat stick. Next up, we have a Circle Sigil rune right here. That is a magic defense HP stat stick. And last but not least, another rune that is a HP magic defense stat stick. We are using his Hell on Wheels limit break because this is this quick charge and limit break, so we can add into the damage of the Ifrit summon. All right. So looking at his R abilities, they are boost HP level 3, physical attack level 7, physical defense level 7, not physical attack level 7, that's a 4. Level 4, physical defense level 7, magic defense level 7. Ice potency, that doesn't matter, level 3. Physical ability potency is level 3. Buff debuff extension is level 3. Alright, looking at his stats, they are HP 21.7k, physical attack is 9.1k, physical defense is 326, magic defense is 358. Alright, so now let's hop over to our DPS. We have Yuffie here running her Summer's Moogle. Remember, it did just get upgraded, so Sun's Favor is providing us with a little bit more HP than normal. And then, of course, this is her Fire Arcanum outfit. In the main hand, we're using her Striped Moogle Float, sensational weapon for fire DPSing, but it also increases her fire damage up each time it's casted. Alright, providing physical attack and fire potency for our abilities. Then next up in the secondary slot, we are bringing the Bird of Prey. This will give her exploit weakness, providing her the R abilities of physical attack and physical ability potency. Then we have the Conformer. Of course, this is her ultimate weapon that does physical magical defense down, gives her 7 ATB, also giving her the R abilities of ability potency and ATB boost Arcanum. Looking at her sub equips, I have her running the Marine Shooter. This will give her physical ability potency and fire potency. Next up, we have the Bahamut Cutter, giving us physical attack all allies, physical ability potency. And last but not least, we have the Crystal Sword Z for attack and fire potency. Alright. Looking at her stats, well, not her stats, but her materia. In the third materia slot, we have a Triangle Sigil Rumor that is a physical attack stat stick. Then we have my 2 strongest fire blows that are fire potency based, a 7.4 there and a 9.5 here. And then, of course, like I said, because we are going against a fire weak enemy, we are, of course, bringing Hellfire with Ifrit. Looking at Yuffie's R abilities, they are P attack, level 7, attack level 2, fire potency level 9, ability potency level 3, physical ability potency level 7. Looking at her stats, they are HP 12.7k, physical attack 13.4k, physical defense 161, magic defense is 120. And there you have it. Alright, so as I mentioned again, just one more quick reminder. Remember, you want to start off, you can get in a quick hit with Yuffie because of Conformer. You'll go ahead and get the exploit weakness going. Then you'll hop over to Kate and immediately wait to cast the bio. If bio doesn't stick, just go ahead and restart the stage. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in so you guys can see how I got the 250 clear against Gallonbaloir. Alright, so with Yuffie, we're going to go ahead and get her exploit weakness going. With Kate, we're going to wait for 5 ATB and then use bio. Remember, if it doesn't stick, go ahead and reset. Then we'll go ahead and use the Blade of Ruins ability to get our command gauge pushed up and provoke. Then we'll use Hurricane Strike to get our Veil up, and we'll use Ogre Killer's Finishing Blow to get our physical magical resistance up. And we will now use this to tank the Thunder Strike. Alright. So now that that's been done, we're going to go ahead and get our Enfeeble up with Kate Sylve. Yuffie's going to get her fire damage up. Alright. Glenn is going to go ahead and keep pushing that command gauge to max. There we go. It is at max. The poison just wore off. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and make sure our physical attack is up to high, and Yuffie can now DPS the way she needs to. Alright, get another hit in here. This next one, we're going to go ahead and get the exploit weakness back up on Yuffie. The AI on Kate is going to try to keep casting bio, which is fine. Alright, Yuffie's going to go in the Conformer here, getting us our physical magical defense down. And now we're going to push for more damage. Going to go ahead and activate the Overspeed also, so we can reduce the amount of ATB we're using here and get a 5% boost in damage. Alright, mend this up, got that last hit in, and we're going to go ahead and use all 3 of our abilities. Looks like the Hellfire took him out anyway, so there we go. And I kind of did that in reverse. You do definitely want to use Kate first before you use Hellfire, just in case the Yuffie's physical and magical defense wears off. But in this case, it worked out. Alright, and there you have it. That is how we take down the battle ranking number 11 against Gallonbaloir, stage level 250. And look at that, new score. Nice. Alright, so the main things you want to take into account are the fact that you do want that bio to stick, because if it doesn't stick, you definitely will have a harder time getting the Ifrit to defeat Gallonbaloir at the very end. So just restart until it actually holds in the beginning. Other than that, it was pretty good to get a chance to use Glenn in his new tanking role. it was a treat to be able to use all 3 of those weapons, because this is my first time getting a chance to use them and actually to see HP gain in effect. So pretty good run overall. So with that being said, I want to wish you all the best of luck on your battle ranking runs. I want to thank you all for watching the video. If you did find it enjoyable or informative, remember to leave a like on the video, a comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content, click the notification bell so you can be notified when I post that content, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Later.